should marriage change the way you interact with your friends of the opposite sex? Or should marriage change your relationships with the opposite sex?
Yeah.
Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today, as you can see, I've got my little sister here. We're gonna be chit-chatting about something very important, something that a lot of us don't think about. When I even told her about the topic, she said she has never actually thought about that before. So guys, leave your comments down below on what you think as we discuss, okay? So what are we going to be discussing today? This is the question. The question is, should marriage affect your relationship with friends who are not married? Should marriage affect your relationship with friends who are not married? That is the discussion for today. So, okay, first, sorry, I'll just make sure you're on camera.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go with you first.
Well, I mean, everyone has different relationships and their own opinion of how, you know, their friendships are with people. Personally, for me, look, I don't mind. I think it's totally fine for you to, or for you or your partner to have friends that that's the opposite sex, right?
Yep.
But then there has to be boundaries, of course. You know, I mean, if my partner he has female friends and all that, but for me to feel comfortable, I would want for both of us to be friends with that person. That's me. Like, literally, that's me. It's like, oh, if you're his friend, yeah, you're my friend as well, you know. But if you don't want to be my friend, then
you can't
you know,
be his friend either.
keep walking, like keep walking by. Like, you can't be any of our friends. Like, so, it's that simple as it is. That's just my personal opinion.
Does your partner agree with that?
Well, you see, that's the thing. He doesn't mind. He's easy. If he's friend, like I said before, he does have friends that are females.
Yeah.
And he does encourage me to have friends that are guys.
Yeah.
Which,
as long as it's innocent. Like,
yeah,
I don't
of course.
see what the problem is. But as long as there is that respect,
of course.
And like you said, there's that boundaries
for sure.
And you all understand.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, okay, I think the problem with this whole thing is, does your partner know those friends of yours that are male? Even if they're not friends, but does he know them?
That's the thing. I have no male friends at all. No male friends.
So that's
and
the question
if
for
I
you
was
guys
to
out
have
there.
male friends, of course my partner should know those male friends. Like, why shouldn't he? You know, like, what am I hiding?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what are you hiding? You know? So I do think if you do have male or female friends, at least get them acquainted with your partner.
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Because for me, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, I'm going to hang out with my friends. And then you end up seeing photos on social media. And then it's females or majority of the people in the group are females.
Females, yeah.
And you're thinking, hang on, so why wasn't I invited?
Exactly.
Because why should you be out or hanging out with a bunch of females that I don't know about?
Yeah.
Or if you're going to be hanging out with them, then I should be there too. I'm your friend too.
Thank you.
Because, well, for me, right, I really never had lots of friends anyways.
Yeah.
And unlike you, I do have guy friends. But unlike you as well, my husband is not a big fan of having guys as friends. Because he thinks that is always that underlying factor of that guy has feelings for you some way or the other.
Yes, you took those words right out of my mouth. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, I believe that it's all about me and not about that guy. If you trust me, to know that, okay, my wife, my partner is not going to cross certain lines,
Yes.
then you should know that there's nothing wrong with me having a male friend.
Yeah.
But notwithstanding the fact that I respect his views, and if he doesn't like it and he's not comfortable with it,
Yeah.
that is my husband.
Yeah.
Okay? His feelings count.
Yes, of course.
All right? I'm going to try to introduce those male friends of mine to him.
Yeah.
To make sure that they get acquainted.
Of course.
But if he's still not comfortable with it, then
Bye.
sorry.
Yep. Bye.
Because he's my friend first.
Yes, exactly.
Okay?
Yeah.
He's my friend first before you are my friend.
Yeah.
This is the person I get to spend majority of my time with.
Yeah.
This is the person that I'm with 24/7.
Yeah.
The person that I have kids with.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the person I'm going to get to spend the rest of my life with.
Yeah.
God willing.
Yeah.
All right? So, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's whose feelings come
Of course.
up first.
Yeah.
So we want to know from you guys, will marriage or being in a relationship change the way you interact with your friends of the opposite sex? Or will it or do you think it should change the way you are with those friends that are of the opposite sex?
Yeah.
Okay, leave your comments down below, guys. I really want to hear what you guys have to say about this.
Yes.
Okay, I remember before I got married, one of my aunts told me that there's no need to have, she put it plain, friends.
Yeah.
That's what she said. There's no need to have friends. Because the thing is, friends are going to want to, come in and also give their opinions on your relationship or how they think, blah, 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 blah. For me personally, I don't think. I'm a really, really strong, stern person. And I know what I want. And I know when I want it. So if I've decided that this is the person I'm going to be with, right? You don't have any say.
Yeah.
And you cannot tell me anything. Okay?
Yeah.
Well, of course, if I took my problems to her, she has the right to give her opinion. Or because I asked her.
Yeah.
Okay? But that does not mean that I have to take what you have said to me. It's up to me to make up my mind on whether or not I want to. Motherly duties never ends. It's up to me to make up my mind on whether or not I want to take your advice or not.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
But there's some friends that think that once they advise you, you gotta go with that advice.
Yeah. And like a lot of people, okay, this is what, especially us women, this is the mistake we are doing, like literally around the community. We're always inviting people into our relationships.
Say that again.
We are always inviting people into our relationships, and that is wrong. Doesn't matter who it is, whether it's your best friend, like your best friend for over 10 years or so. Don't always invite them into your relationship. Yeah, you need comfort and, someone to hear you out. But the mere fact you invite them, like, they're free to give all sorts of opinions about your relationship and all sorts of comments about your relationships, So yeah, I think I've been seeing a lot of that happening lately, and I just think it's wrong. Like, keep your marriage, your marital affairs in your marriage, guys.
So you're saying that
or your relationship,
That's what I was gonna ask. So you're saying that if me being a married woman and having a sister and a friend like you, if I was having issues or troubles in my marriage. Excuse the snoring, it's my son. If I was having troubles in my marriage, I shouldn't talk to you about it?
No, not necessarily. There are, like we said before, boundaries you know, there are certain things you can tell me, but you have to be ready to receive what I
you
have to say. Yes.
That's a good point.
Yeah, you really have to be ready to accept what I have to say. I mean, if I give you an advice, like the first time I give you an advice and you don't seem to like it, you know, why'd you keep coming back? You know? So yeah, it's
very,
at the
very
end,
true.
it's totally all up to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And like she said, you don't really have to take that advice.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we all need people to vent to.
Yeah.
Okay? But just beware that way you vent. Because like they always say, even our parents, okay, if you have trouble in your relationship and you take it to your parents, okay,
Yeah.
your parents are your parents. I'm gonna have to put this man down because yeah, give me 1 second, guys.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
What was I? Like I was saying, your parents are your parents. And if you take your problems to them, bear in mind that bias, they're gonna take your side.
Yeah.
Okay? And then after whatever problem it is that you had with your partner, your husband, whatever, is settled, they don't forget.
Yeah.
You've forgiven him.
Yeah.
But they haven't.
Yeah. That's why you need to be careful of what you say to outsiders. Be very careful. You know, you don't want people giving y'all the side eye, like, okay. You know, one
Yeah,
minute
like,
they're arguing, next minute they're
they're
good.
together.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, people are gonna judge.
Yeah.
Okay? It's up to you to make up your mind on what you want. But like she said, if you take your problems to outsiders, they have the right to judge. It's like how people post their relationships, for example, on social media.
Yeah.
Then after whatever, months, years or whatever, you no longer post this person on social media. Until you have to tell us what happened to that
What
man
happened?
or what happened to that boy. Because the truth is that we were all invested now.
Yeah.
You were couple goals.
Yeah. Hashtag couple goals.
We were seeing the photos
Yeah.
and be like, oh.
They're so
Now we're no longer
cute.
saying, oh. We need to know what happened. You need to tell us
We're
what
saying,
happened.
oh, okay, what happened?
Yeah, we're now questioning.
Yeah.
You can't just expect us to just be like, okay, they're no longer posting photos. Okay, no. You started telling us. You have to continue telling us. If the relationship has broken, that's why. If I don't know if you've been to a wedding lately, they always say when you cut the cake, they always say the crumbs that fall or whatever, or whenever you decide to get a divorce, or if you want to get a divorce, you have to call all those people that you invited to your wedding to come back. And you have to
wow.
explain to them all, because you invited them all to your wedding.
That's a good point.
They were all there to witness your love. So now they all have to they have to understand
Yeah.
why is it that all of a sudden that love you so professed to each other is no longer there.
Yeah.
It's what they always say at weddings. Like, okay, so if you decide, months or years from now that you no longer want this person anymore,
Yeah.
remember, you know all our addresses, you know all our phone numbers. You have to call all of us back.
all of us. Yep.
So we can all come back
Together.
and witness
Yeah.
why this marriage did
Yeah.
not work out. Okay? So with me, what I think is, okay, it's all about respect.
Yes.
Okay? If you're with a partner that does not like the fact that, you've got, friends of the opposite sex, you've got to respect that.
Of course. That's.
Gotta respect that and honestly, try some way to. It's harder when you're just in a relationship. It's harder because at the back of your mind you're thinking, what if I lost this friend
Yeah.
and then something happens to this relationship?
Yeah. It's like
Then I've lost a relationship and I've lost a friend.
friend. Yeah.
But in marriage, even if no one is ever praying for their marriage to break down, but once you've said I do to that person, you just have to have that compromise.
Yeah.
If you're not happy with something, you have to figure out a way
Yeah.
to make it work.
Yeah.
And the happiness of that person that you see every day counts.
Yes.
You don't want to come home every day and somebody's face is like looking at you like that. You don't want to.
No. Not at all.
And with saying as well, with taking your business out to friends and stuff like that as well, like you said, you have to be willing to take what people give you as advice, because you've taken your problems to them.
Yeah.
So obviously they're going to give you advice. But you also have to be willing to know that the person you have the problem with is the best person to talk to.
Yes, communication. Communication, guys. You need to communicate.
That is the best person to talk to.
Yeah.
Okay? Don't, you both are angry. Yes. After a while, you're going to calm down. Whether it's call, you're going to call the person.
Yeah.
Whatever. Find a way to talk about that thing. Make sure, they say it all the time, but it's so true. Do not let the day pass.
Yes.
Before you talk about it.
Yes, I agree. I you know what? I've given this advice to a girlfriend of mine as well. So her and her partner were going through some rough patches, and I'm like, you know what? She was so angry. I'm like, why? Like, what's with the anger? You need to calm down and chill. And then I'm like, oh, so have you guys spoken today? She's like, no. I'm like, why not? She's like, oh, I don't feel like it, or I'm upset, I'm angry. I'm like, no. Before you sleep tonight, you need to talk to your partner. Call him. Doesn't matter what the issue is, you know, even if you guys don't want to talk about that issue.
It's not easy. It's not easy to do. Don't get me wrong. It's not easy to do, because whatever it is you guys have argued about, you're mad about it. Okay? You're upset.
Yeah.
Things have hurt you.
Yeah.
So you are very upset. It's not easy to just go, okay, let's talk and trash this out. No. But you gotta put your pride aside.
Yes.
And talk about it.
Yes.
You just have to. Because if you let it go on a day, 2 days, it just gets worse. It just gets worse.
Yeah.
And it's even worse if you are living in the same house with the person. You pass me, I pass you. One way or the other, somebody has to talk to each other.
Yeah.
You can't just cook food and it's there, and then what? It's like you don't tell your husband, oh, food is ready, or you know, babe, your food is on the table. It's weird.
Yeah.
It becomes very, very, very awkward in the house.
Yeah.
So one way or the other, you guys just have to put your pride aside and talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
so
true.
pretty much we're on the same path. We're on the
Yeah.
same level. Like, she agrees with me, I agree with her.
Yeah.
So now we want to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
Leave your comments down below.
Yep.
And if you guys have any other topics that you want to talk about, leave it down below.
Down below.
And if you were happy to see a different face, apart from my chubby old face, leave it down below as well. And hopefully in more upcoming videos, you guys will see her. And yes, I know you guys see the difference. There's a neck coming through. I'm losing weight. Okay. Alright, that video is coming through. It's coming through very, very, very soon. I just don't want to come on camera every day and be recording. I actually want there to be a couple of months where I know I have, you know, I've been recording it, so I have, you know, all the stats and everything like that, but I don't just want to come on here every day.
Yeah.
And be doing videos about it. So yeah, guys, give me a couple of months, maybe till November or before Christmas.
She's been working very hard.
And I'll come back and update you guys on my weight loss journey.
Yeah.
But thank you for joining me today.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
On my Chanel. And yeah, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Bye.